welcome to Amazing Kids. My name's Kale, and today I'm going to show you how to make some pancakes. Okay, well, this pancake recipe, of course, always calls for a batter. So, to make that batter, we're going to need 1.5 cups of flour, 1 1/4 cups of milk, 1 egg, 3 tablespoons of melted butter, 1 tablespoon of sugar. Right here is 3.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Right here are some strawberries for the end decoration, and here is some salt. Alright, so to start off, we're going to want to pour the melted butter into the bowl. And sometimes it will cool down and it'll make little little butter pockets in there, which makes it a little bit more yummy. And then we'll add our flour right here. So you can put that in there. And we'll do our milk. Then our 1 egg. Then our sugar, our baking powder, and a pinch of salt. Now we just gotta mix this up. So, oh, and by the way, if you want to get basically with my butter, how I got 3 tablespoons of butter is I didn't exactly have to basically melt the butter and then pour it into something that measured that. I instead, if you look right here, it'll usually on these butter packets it'll show the measurement all the way across. So I just cut that part off and I put it into the bowl and I put it in the microwave and melted it. And then that's how I made my melted butter. So when we mix this up, we want to make sure all those pockets of flour are always really broken apart, because that always adds a little bit to the thickness of the batter, and sometimes that always just affects how it's gonna turn out. Okay, now that that's done, I'm gonna test, see if this is nice and warm enough. Still kind of warming up. I guess we'll turn the heat up a little bit. And then I'll grab some butter there and put you on there. Oh, actually that's really good. Sometimes you want to minimize the amount of butter that you have on the, there. Sometimes it will come up to a boil and it will kind of burn the edges of your pancake, and it cooks way too fast and the inside of the pancake gets really mushy, and you never really want that to happen. So I think that might be enough butter. I'll put you right back there. Let's see if I can do that. Okay. Now I'm going to take some of my batter. Just see if this is warm enough. That should be good. Also, always remember that your first pancake is never perfect, or sometimes both of your first pancakes, because you're always figuring out the heat on it. You're figuring out how much you're figuring out how much you want to put on the pan. You're figuring out your stove that you're working with. You're figuring out your batter. And so you always just want to be able to work with those kind of things. So your first pancake is never perfect. You're still just figuring stuff out. Now when I have that one pancake, I'm going to wait a little bit. A tip that a lot of people like to use is they wait until the bubbles stop. And I like to use that sometimes when I'm using the first one, because I always love it when I get a perfect pancake the first time. But you never know. So then when I'm going to like wait for this to just kind of get all ready, like I'll just like wait until it kind of gets like a nice stiffness on the top, like it's like almost like this skin kind of layer that goes across the top. And sometimes if I feel like it's starting to puff up a bunch and the bubbles aren't really popping or finishing popping, I'll check a little bit and it will just like look just right. So I'm gonna check it real quick. Yeah, I think the pan is just a little cold. Also, for the batter, if you don't want to use a tablespoon of sugar, you could always just make some banana flavored pancakes. And you'll basically just take a banana and a half, or any amount of banana that suits the amount of pancakes that you're making, or just like a tablespoon of sugar like I used right here. And you'll basically take that and you'll instead put that into there, and you'll mix that in. That'll act like a sugar and it'll also taste like banana bready kind of pancakes, which is always nice to like imagine banana pancakes. That tastes good. Okay, now the bubbles, you can see that they're kind of starting to pop right there. And I'm just waiting for like, also you want it to like, another tip that I like is you want to wait until the until it like cooks to a point where it might like fill up the rest with like more solid parts of the pancake. So another thing is that sometimes at the end I'll like just poke a little hole in there and I'll shove this down there just to see if like it's super liquidy or not, because I notice that sometimes if I just pick up the pancake and it's at the perfect temperature around it and it looks nice and perfect, it might not be perfect on the inside. So I flip it over and I let it cook. Then I flip it back over to the other side because it might not be all ready. And I'll just, like, I'll wait for it to, because I noticed that once I've already cooked that side, it seems to look the same when I pick it up off the pan and I put it back down onto the pan, because then it ends up still looking the same, but on the inside it's still cooking a little bit, which is always nice because sometimes you want that perfect looking pancake and it's not cooked enough on the inside. Let me explain the toppings that I'm gonna put on this. So right here I have the strawberries, of course, and sometimes I like to put on butter, just a nice spread. Of course, syrup, that's classic. Sometimes you can do jelly. Right here I'm going to do whipped cream. And then also you can add on bananas, any kind of organic fruit. Always goes well with the pancake too. It's getting kind of that skin layer on the outside. Let me check it. Also, another reason why your first pancake is probably never perfect is because sometimes your pan's still heating up, so it will take a lot longer, or like the pan isn't hot enough right away, so that will cause some issues. And sometimes in the meantime I'll wait for it to finish up and I'll try to see how much time that took, and then once I see that, then I'll basically, for the rest of the pancakes, I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way up until the point that it is ready. I think that should be ready right there, just because it's taking a little while. I'll flip. It's right here. That will be a little snack on the outside of the pancake. Okay. And the other side seems to always cook a lot faster, so I don't think we need to worry about that. Let me explain the ingredients that I like to use. Most of the time, I'll cut up a lot of strawberries. That's my usual ingredient on pancakes. But then I love to use all-purpose flour when I'm making the pancakes. And then you can check on it because it's going a lot faster. Is it getting ready? Oh, that's getting a lot. That's your out. And another thing, if it's like really mushy on the inside and it just won't work with you, I sometimes will press down on it to see if I can like squish out some of the batter so that it comes out and it starts cooking. I think that might be ready. Okay, let's see. 3, 2, 1. All right, and let's put it over here on my plate. Right here. All right. Now, oh yeah, I gotta get you. Put you over there too. I'll butter up the pan again. Also, you'll figure out sometimes with your like second one, if it's too small, it might not cook as better as if it was too big. Like sometimes it'll puff up too much and it won't cook enough on the inside. Oh, another thing is sometimes it'll be crispy when it comes off the pan and you think, oh, that's probably just gonna be a stiff pancake, that might not look good. I figured out that really, it eventually, if you just wait, it like gets kind of floppy how usually pancakes are, and turns out you didn't screw up. I'm gonna add a little bit more on there. I think from the next one I might try to make a mini mouse cake. That's going a lot faster now that the pan's heated up. Okay. Just gonna wait for those bubbles to pop. It's getting really toasty fast. Let me check it. Okay. I'm gonna turn up the heat just a little bit. Oh no, that was way undercooked. Later I might flip it back over and see if I can cook that just a little bit more. Also, when sometimes it'll have this batter kind of like sticking out a little bit, you just flip it over and it heats up really fast because it's just such a small space. Like you'll notice that the smaller the pancake is, the faster it seems to cook. So, I always love looking at those pancake like drawings where they take the batter and they put dyes and stuff in there and they squirt it out onto the pan, and they make something like, they'll make a really cool like logo from some company or something, or they'll, you know, it'll look like really good. Because when they flip it over, then all those burnt spots all matter, and it's really cool. That looks so like, that looks like a just ready marshmallow. Okay, I'm gonna cook that other side just a little bit more. I'm gonna count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, flip that over. Just right. Might be a little mushy when I eat it, but no. Well, actually that seems just about right. Okay, and I think that is one ready pancake. Okay, now I'm going to take a little bit more, but this time I'm going to try to make a mouse cake. So when I do that, I'm just going to do a little bit for the ears. It's going to be a mini one. Okay, just a little ear right there. Ear right there. And see if we there we go. I got the mouse ear a little bit. I've only tried to make a mouse cake once before. It's kind of hard because of the ears. The ears really make it a lot more challenging. I've also tried before when I did that mouse cake, like seeing if I can make more cooked spots, make like expressions. And right now I'm gonna try that again. Although they'll look a little weird. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Oh. No, that didn't turn out how I wanted it to. I'm gonna wait just a little bit longer. Okay. Oh, and this pancake recipe, usually when I make them, there's like about 6 pancakes. But if I make an extra big one, it'll reduce down to 5 or something, just because usually sometimes the stuff in there won't come out. And I think, is that almost ready? Let's see. The ears are going to be a lot different than the rest of it, because the ears I put on first. And so, oh god, the ear's coming off. Let's check on this one. See if I turn this around. The ears looking actually really good. Just don't know about the rest of the body. Or sorry, face. Just wait a little bit longer. Okay. See how that turned out? Just saved it. Let's put you. Well, that's not exactly how I imagined it to turn out, but I'm gonna try again. Flip it over and see. Oh, nope, that was definitely not ready. Okay. But I'm gonna, it's like a puzzle now. I gotta put all those pieces back together. This isn't exactly the best baking mix for, I guess, making a mouse cake. Now this is just like a separate pancake. Okay. Look. Oh gosh, the ear got stuck under there. Okay. Let's cook you. Yeah, sometimes I like to like push down the little parts that are like sticking out and they're just like coming off the pan, and so it's hard for them to cook, so sometimes I'll just squish down them so that they touch the pan and start cooking. And that is a imperfect pancake or mouse cake. Alright, now these next ones I'm just gonna try to make them go a little bit faster, so when I do that, I'm going to make a bunch of small ones. And the smaller they are, generally the faster they cook. So I'm going to, of course, butter up the pan. Just a bunch of small ones. Now there's our 3 little pancakes. And from last time when I made the mouse cake, I realized that when the 2 separate parts are like they're not made exactly together, then that causes them to separate. So I don't have to worry about that little connection between the 2 pancakes right there with their batter kind of connecting, just because it doesn't matter, they're just gonna spread apart really quickly. So I'm gonna wait for them to cook, which is gonna be a lot faster. Sometimes I'll look at a pancake and I'll like just lift it up a little bit, and because of the shadow, for some reason it'll just look like it's burnt. And I'll flip it over and I'm like, oh man, that was a mistake. But then I'll see it and I'm like, oh, actually that's a perfect cook. So get a good grip on that. Oh, that was close. I almost combined it. I would have gotten batter on this guy. So now I just gotta wait. 3, 2, 1. Alright. Let's take these. Just because I can. Stack these on top of each other. Ow. you over to here. Oh yeah, 3 little pancakes. Also, another thing to note is not all the time is a batch of pancakes going to be perfect. It's like sometimes it's gonna be way too gooey on the inside, and you're not gonna be really proud of it. But like, it's fine because it's cooking, and you learn from cooking. You learn what you should have done. You learn what you could do. It's a part of like just cooking, and so it's okay if most of your pancakes were too soft, or if they were too mushy or too burnt. It happens. And now I guess I'm just gonna wait for this one to finish. Okay. Now see, yeah, that's good. Okay. Now I can turn this guy all the way off, and put you over there. You right there. Now I'm going to probably just move that there. Alright, now let's decorate ours. So for this, I think I'm gonna put like all the smallest like right there. Now let's put the biggest on the bottom. There. Now let's get some butter. Pop them right on the top, right there. Okay. Now let's decorate it with a couple strawberries. So I'm gonna take that guy. I'm gonna put right there. Let's put some right there. All around. The sides. Put one right there. All around. Just circling my pancakes. And then we will pour the syrup pretty soon. Okay, now that we're done with that, let's pour some syrup. Ah, yes. No, that's okay, the fingers fell off. And now, put some whipped cream. Alright, and there we go. We have our pancakes. And enjoy. Thanks guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.